Good afternoon. We find ourselves up in Hatta at Wadi Hub. As ever, I think I'm always looking forward to everything that I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making a film about it. Why would I make a film about something I didn't love? But I'm particularly looking forward to this. So, as I said, I'm at Wadi Hub now, and all the rental bikes, kids' bikes and things like that. This is the premier location. This is the number one location for adventurous activity in the UAE. There is lots of other activity going on in different locations, across in Fujairah, up in Ras Al Khaimah. Yeah, there's plenty going on, but this is the number one venue. This is the number one location. So today's activity, I'm going to get all the way up to the big Hatta sign, which is kind of the Hollywood 5 letters of Hatta. I don't know how big they are, 10 meters big each letter. So we're going to find our way all the way up there. I did this walk some time ago, so I do know which way it is. I haven't brought the Garmin GPS, but I've certainly got the data on the length of it, and I'll put all that in the description afterwards. If you just look at what I'm looking at here, look, there's a full training course going on here for the zip wires and the climbing wall. If I do that, you can see them there. They're just getting ready for the whole season to start. Everything is up and running. I stayed here a couple of weeks ago in one of these lodges. I was actually in lodge number 2. Let's see if we can see where I was. Yeah, I was up there in lodge number 2. It's fantastic. Look at this. So we're going to make our way up to the big Hatta sign. Beautiful afternoon. This is not actually the start of the walk here. So if I put you over my shoulder, you'll see me here. This is not the start of the walk, but the car park's there. There's toilet facilities, there's shower rooms, I think, as well. A coffee shop. You can get yourself a fantastic coffee and cake before or after. I mean, this is called Wadi Hub. Now, Wadi is it's actually a dry river valley. So if I go like this, you'll see the Wadi here. So that's actually real water. So we're in Wadi Hub. We're going to walk all the way up the valley to a dam. It's not Hatta Dam, which is further up. We're going to walk up to the first dam. You can go all the way up to Hatta Dam from here, and I'm going to guess, in fact I don't know, but I'm going to guess, I bet it's 5 miles, 8 kilometers, something like that. But we're going to go up those mountains there. Right then, we are at the start. I'll put you over my shoulder. And so we've got the big sign, Hatta hiking. Just as a point of reference, there's the mountain bike trails. They start from you probably won't see it on the camera now. It's only, 200, 300 meters from the main hub, and they will point you in this direction. The staff are very, very good here. So we've got the signs, the do's and the don'ts. And what we're going to do, this is where it might be a bit misleading for people. So if I go here, a little bit misleading, but we're going to go to Hatta Dam, and that's the way to get to the sign. So whether they put some additional information here in the future that might benefit people. There are some marks on the ground I'll show you as we go along. But yeah, let's get off to Hatta Dam, even though we're not going to Hatta Dam. We're going to the first dam, and then we're going to turn left after that. So the route here, we start off with, I'm going to say, a couple of kilometers of flat, nice, open, easily marked trails. We then walk across the dam, which again is very interesting. When I did the walk, I did it as a sunrise walk, and it was wonderful. There were thousands of birds there, really beautiful. The walk's going to take a couple of hours, so I've got some water and some treats in my bag. Obviously, I'll put in the description the full length and walking time, and also possibly a maximum amount of time that you might need. Always factor in extra though. Sunset at the moment is about 6:30, so I want to be back in the car or in the cafe there at 6:30 drinking coffee, which is easily doable. I said there's a different dimension to this walk to when I did it before, and already I'm loving it. There's It's wonderful. I can hear birds, you probably won't pick it up. Birds and the wind in the trees, and really nice. Lovely breeze today, so we're in the UAE, so there's no such thing as a cold day. But I suppose if there was, right then. I'm going to say now, the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it the way I went last time. So in actual fact, there's not even a sign. The signs are still on the floor there. So we're going to follow the sign to Karat. Whether indeed we go there, I don't know, 1.7 kilometres. But I'm going to turn right here. Helicopter. A lot of birds flying around. It's a good day to be a bird up here in Hatta. Now Hatta falls under the Dubai municipality. And if you were to come across here from Dubai, just say for instance, if you give yourself an hour from the east side of Dubai, you would be here comfortably in that time. There's a very, very fast motorway right through the central region, through Malaya and stuff. I've just driven down from Fujairah, and there's a whole new road network, and it took me about 45 minutes, if I'm being honest, driving at the speed limit, or, well, I won't say that, just driving at the speed limit. It took me about 45 minutes, might take you 55, if you know what I mean. So this trail's really obvious, really easy to, if you know that this is the trail, you can't get lost on it. I came down here when I did the sunrise walk, and it was actually dark in the morning, and it wasn't quite as simple, but having done it once, I can't imagine ever getting lost. So if I take you over on this side here, right, you're going to see these camping pods now. Now, when I was a kid, camping was a horrible activity. Sleeping in some sort of smelly tent on some uneven floor, waking up, condensation, probably being hungry because you couldn't get any food the night before. Camping was a horrible activity for me as a child. Do not confuse camping here in Wadi Hub with that experience I just described to you. These are luxury, air-conditioned tents. But they're physically, quite tough. I think you tap them and they don't blow around in the wind. Yeah. I might even stay in one. That's the truth. I might stay in one just to experience it. I am coming back here in a few weeks because I want to make some films about all of the activities that they have here. So if you aren't too sick of my voice or you like the content, make sure you subscribe, and also if you like this film already, do me a big favour and hit the like button. Yeah, they've been quite creative with this. This is actually bedrock in the valley floor. As I said, a wadi is a valley, a dry riverbed. And I have seen, when there's big rains, I have seen all of this with water in it. So the majority of this is actually on firm rock. They've not really dug it out, they've just been creative with the trail. It's very good. I just talked about how they've been quite creative in doing this. Have a look at this now. We've got to cross. There is a stream there. There is a flow of water. But look at these giant steps through the reeds. Look at this. I love it. I love it. There are these lots of red. Let's see if we can get him. Not get him as in. There are lots of these red dragonflies, and they are the most spectacular. Let's see if we can make him. I love the etymology of words. I love it. And we've just been talking about all sorts of, why is it called a try in rugby? It's not really etymology, that's the history of the use of words. Why is it called a referee in football? Why? All these why? There is flowing water there. When I came here on the early morning walk, there was no water in this valley at all, although it's always green, so there's often water here. But I can hear flowing water. when I was here before, there was no flowing water, and I was thinking this would be ideal for something like malaria. And as I say, I love the etymology of words, and malaria comes from mal, meaning bad in Latin. It's a Latin-based word, and area being air. And they used to think malaria was an airborne disease. They didn't realise you had to be bitten by a mosquito. So, yeah, although we come to use it now, it's actually the wrong word. And I love etymology. I love, why is it called an arena? Arena, a sports arena, comes from the Latin word arena, which means sand. And in the old gladiatorial games, what they used to do was all the blood and the gore, they cover it up with sand. And so kind of the sports arena was because of that. And the stadium where your favourite football team plays. The stadium was actually a running race. It was the only race in the Olympics, in the ancient Olympics. It was about 180 or 190 metres long. And the winner of the Olympics, because there was only one race in the ancient Olympics, was the winner of the stadium race. And there are lots and lots of words like that. I love them. Even just trees like this, look here. Even just trees like this. There's not many places in the UAE you see this. So it's worth the visit here. And the fact that we're going up to the big sign, which is now iconic. It's just like the Hollywood sign. And when we get up to Hollywood sign, I'll tell you about, I've been to the Hollywood sign in California, in Hollywood. And originally, it was actually, well, it wasn't, it was Hollywood Land. And there's a big real estate company that used it as advertising and eventually just became the Hollywood. Look at this now. Look at this journey. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, well 4:30 in the afternoon now. Sun's still quite high, but no reason why you can't be out hiking, doing some sort of adventurous activity. You could actually finish work in Dubai and be up here. I don't know what time you finish, but an hour later. Come on, don't mess around. I mentioned that there are some signs on the route, and you'll see one here. So there's a green Hatta. Man, in actual fact, that's, I don't know if you can see this, I'll show you here. I don't know if they realise, but you can see here, that's been painted in reverse. So it says A-T-T-A-H, and so look at that in actual fact. Hatta, I've just noticed it. Hatta, all the letters, when reversed, still actually spell the same letter, don't they? So if you had the letter Q, it would look wrong, or the letter S, it would be, but A, Hatta, H-A-T-T-A. Yeah. Now I wonder why that was reversed. Do you think it was just a mistake? Or do you think I'm going the wrong way around? I don't think they're certainly not meaning to insult anybody. I don't think they're that clever in terms of the reverse means you're going the wrong way around. I think that's just a mistake, genuinely. But if it is correct, and that is the case, tell us about it. And I am very impressed with that. Now, when I did this before, I think I saw more green signs. Whether that was because I was looking for signs, because I didn't know where I was going, and now I know where I'm going, I'm just kind of plodding on. I'm walking much quicker now than I was before. So I'm desperately looking out for green Hatta signs. To be honest, you can see what I can see. I don't need to see a green Hatta sign to know that I'm on the right route. Just follow the main trail. I mean, look at this here. So start over my shoulder. Just look at this fantastic footpath. Beautiful, beautiful oasis here. I'm not saying you could go and drink the water, but absolutely lovely. Here's another Hatta sign. Here's another Hatta sign. 1, 2, 3. There. And this time, they're going in the right direction. Making excellent progress. It's really nice when you know where you're going. Okay, so where I'm at now, Hatta Dam. Hatta Dam. And all the same sort of information that we saw at the start. No hunting, no fishing, no barbecues, no entry of vehicles, etc, etc, etc. Fine. Oops. No twisted ankles, hurting yourselves. So, look at this. And we're now in October. We haven't had rain for some time. And I'll put you over my shoulder and you can see this. Look at that. Got the sun getting ready to set. What we've got here on this side, got a giant, I didn't notice these before, a giant set of steps. Oh, they should make the hiking trail come up here. Can you see those if I do this? Excellent. And also, I'm always a little bit worried. I'm more than 100 kilos, so if I can walk down here safely, most of you lot can. So you've got to go across the dam. Across the dam. Am I expecting to see people on this hike this afternoon? The truth is, I don't think I am. I probably won't see anybody at all. I've not seen anybody so far, and I've been, 20 minutes, not much. I've walked quite quickly to here, knowing full well that further ahead I've got quite a hard climb. And it is a tough climb, this. There's me talking about how lovely it is. This is quite a challenging physical effort to get to the Hatta Sign, which I'm going to show you in a second. It's not technical. You're not going to fall off a cliff and kill yourself, but there's going to be times where you've got your knees up to your chest, hands on your knees, panting, heart rate getting close to maximum, thinking, why on earth are you doing this? It's a physical challenge. Make no bones about it. Do not underestimate this. Come prepared with water. Right then. You can see what I can see. There's where we're going. We're going up to the Hatta Sign. Okay, Hatta, here we come. That's what we say. Hatta, here we come. Also, when you finish on the dam, when I first got here, I put you over my shoulder. I walked naturally down there, thinking that's the way to the sign. But there's a little secret route here, and this must be a private land. But you've got to walk all the way around to get there before you start the climb, which is no hardship. It's nice. Been plenty of mountain bikers, plenty of goats, all sorts of things down here. So as soon as you go off Hatta Dam, turn right. I've had a good drink now, just had a quick rest, bit of drink, and now I'm starting the ascent. So there are 3 routes up here, 3 different routes. There is a hard, a very hard, and an even harder than the very hard. There is no easy route up here. For the next 15 minutes, I'll put you over my shoulder. The next 15, 20, 25 minutes, or 30 minutes, depending on how slow you are very, very challenging. You can see the route up there. This is a difficult one. It's not dangerous, just physically demanding. Now I'm going to take the middle of the 3 difficulties. I know where the trail for the extra difficulty is, but I don't know where the easiest of the 3 is, if I'm being honest. But they all end up at the same place. And so, as I say, there's no easy way up here. Let's get on with it. I've been climbing quite hard now for, I'll say 10 or 15 minutes. I must have gained at least 100 metres in altitude, not 100 metres in distance. There's lots of series of steps to help you on the steeper bits. I'm not sure if they really help, but they're welcome nonetheless. Now the reason I've turned the camera on here was when I first did this walk, I put the hard effort in. The sun, I'll put you over my shoulder, the sun really was just rising. I'd started out in the dark, to make sure I got the best sunrise. And I got to this point here where we are, and I didn't know what the big deal was. I thought someone had told me it's a tough walk, take 2 hours to complete, and I was full of energy, youthful energy. And I got here thinking, this is going to be the end, this is the big sign. As soon as I get over this little summit here, I'm going to see H-A-T-T-A. Give me a H, give me an A. What have you got? Hatta! And I was getting quite excited. And actually, believe it or not, I understand why you wouldn't. I actually jogged the last bit, these last 20 metres, thinking, come on. So imagine me now jogging, which there's no chance, and then this is what I saw. Come on, give me a H, give me an A, give me a T, give me a T. Oh no, it's miles away. I thought it was here. So, look now. So, what you can do at this point, you can go up there, which is what I did before, or you can come this way. Is this the way I went? I actually don't even remember. I don't remember which way I went. 1.9. No, I didn't go down. Right, this way went down. I came here after a little bit of rain, so I presume that's the easier way. This is the middle way. So take a right. Yeah, this is where I went. And this is saying Shrisha. Shrisha. Okay, so that's interesting. I bet I was so upset not seeing the sign that I missed that junction last time. Yeah, this is definitely the way I came last time, because I remember these giant steps. It goes from a lovely trail to a very, very exciting single track. And if I'm really being honest, I much prefer this. I find this much more interesting. Now, a bit further down, there's some concrete, some water, some concrete bags and some water, and they clearly are doing development of trail. And this trail I'm on now currently, in a few metres, becomes quite wide again, because I was thinking, yeah, I love this. Keep it all like this all the way. And unfortunately for me, but fortunately for many others, they decided to widen the trail again. So I can only assume in the weeks or months to come, that behind me will be widened. This is very easy. I've dug a lot of trails over the years. A good pickaxe would see you could take a foot off the edge of that. No time at all. I'd do it for them if they want. Contact me in the comments. I'll bring my stuff up here. I've got a big demolition hammer. Big DeVault, portable, battery operated. Not like little AA batteries. Big, 60 whatever they are, watts or amps or volts. I'm not sure of the unit, but big batteries. The batteries are like, I don't know, more than 1,000 dirhams each. And the batteries last about 30 minutes. But what you can do in that 30 minutes, wow. It's called a demolition hammer for a reason. Fantastic. Right, so I'm back on this big trail. Don't get me wrong, I still love this. I just like that more. You take for granted what you see here as well. It's just a mountain range, Hatta Dam. If I go like this, Hatta Dam is over there. These mountains, I don't know the height, but I'm going to guess it. I don't know, these lower ones here, 600-700 metres. Probably at the back there, 1,000 metres. These are significant mountains, the Hajjaz. I'll put you over my shoulder, you won't see it. There's a rock formation there. Any geologist would be getting very, very excited. You can just see how over folds, however millions and millions of years. All these mountains came from the Jurassic and the Cretaceous, and they were formed over a long time. There are no dinosaurs here though, so although it was the Jurassic period, there were no animals living here at the time, but they do know obviously the rocks. There's a lot of limestone, a lot of chert. I know a little bit about all this stuff. I will take you very soon on my favourite trail, which is called the Geological Trail, Ain al-Sharia, right in the north. It's got the biggest petroglyph in the country, and the rock formations there are literally out of this world. They're spectacular. That's the only way. Definitely I'll take you there. I can see the lower trail now. It's very clear. I think the problem was when I was here last time, the visibility was so much less. You can see the lower trail, and what it is basically, it's that wide trail. It must be best part of 1.5 meters wide all the way. And yeah, I'm really pleased I came on this trail. The middle trail of the difficulty, I would suggest. I've not done the other two trails, so I don't know if this is the case, but it seems logical. The middle trail I've just come on now is a lot more exciting, a lot more adventurous. It is a bit slippy in places, but there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't come along here. There's still plenty of blue. You see this here. Still plenty of blue signs, and they even had the hiker and the Hatta sign as well. I've seen that a few times. But it's actually very difficult to get lost now once you're on this trail. I imagine that lower trail though has got a very difficult finish to it, a very steep uphill. I'm basically on the same height as the sign now. Every now and again I can just glimpse the corner of one of the letters, big white letters they are. They're teasing me up there. You see, every time you get to one of these bends, you think this is it. You think this is it, but then it's not. It's all part of the fun now. Right then, well, here is a sign now, which I think takes you onto what is the hardest or the highest. I don't know if it's any harder. As I say, I've not done it. So what I think happens here, basically it takes you around the back of the mountain, brings you out to the Hatta Sign. But what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to go on there. I'm going to carry on the level. And I don't know if you'll see it over my shoulder. I can actually see the trail go up there. And there's another sign. So I've got a little bit of climbing in front of me. But that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Sometimes when you don't want to do something, just say for instance, the thought of having to climb up there might appall somebody. I can imagine a child that didn't really want to come here in the first place. Do we have to climb up there? No. And you have a torrid time. But I remember when I used to cycle, it becomes a bit of a fascination. It becomes almost like you look for the harder climbs. You want to go higher, harder, steeper, longer. You get used to it. Now I'm here out hiking. I'm not sure why I want to make it easy. And let's be honest, it's not that difficult either. Now there's another sign here that says viewpoint 0.5 kilometre. And I can see where the trail goes. And I imagine it's an absolutely wonderful viewpoint. But I won't go there now. What would seem logical is the viewpoint, come back down, and then carry on to the big sign. I promise I will do that one day. Note to self, go to the viewpoint. It's very easy as well when you walk up here to be obsessed with the Hatta Sign, quite rightly so, with the Hatta Sign. But you look at these rock formations here, when you'd walk past these and almost miss them. Look at that. Well done, what a great effort. To the victor, the spoils. And these are the spoils. It looks quite small in a way from the road, but these are big letters. I'm going to say every big as the ones in Hollywood. It was a long time ago when I was there. But look at those. Goodbye, Hatta. Right then, the way back to where you're going. Those guys now are actually going to go back the way I walked up, which is nice. I'm a bit jealous in a way, because almost this is the way down. I mean, this is... I didn't actually kiss the sign, should I? The Hollywood, the Hatta Hills, the Hatta sign. Do I have to give it a kiss? Right, when I came here last time, I naturally walked down here, and I ended up having to go down the road a bit. There was an amazing trail, and I could still see it, but I couldn't get to it, and I didn't know if it was actually taking me back to where I was supposed to be going. So hopefully the signposting will be clearer now, but I do know where I'm going. So we've got a moon. Look at that. Interesting facts as well about the moon. All right then, obviously you've got a full moon and you've got no moon, and then you've got like crescent moons. So how do you know if the moon is getting bigger going towards a full moon or getting smaller going towards no moon? Now then, my initials are DC, not the English Explorer, DC. And the moon will go from a D, so the edge of a D, and then it will become a letter D, and then eventually it will become a C. So it goes from D to a C. And that's how you can tell what phase the moon is in. How about that for something very interesting? You see, you watch these films for all sorts of reasons, and one of those is complete irrelevance. Facts that you will never ever need ever again. Yeah, so I came down this way last time and got lost. I never actually physically got lost. I knew where I was, but I ended up having to go back in through the mountain bike trails at the back of Wadi Hub. And I was very tired and hungry because it was a sunrise walk. And I knew my breakfast was arriving at 8:30. I was staying in the luxurious Damani lodges. Oh, you see, I say how this has now been done, look. And then you can see the guys here, the labourers, the workers, clearly working down the mountain. So from this moment forward, you can only imagine they're going to improve the trails, improve the signposting. But I'm really quite pleased. Obviously I know where I'm going, which helps, but I'm really quite pleased with this trail. It is one of the iconic trails in the country. I was up in Ras Al Khaimah a couple of weekends ago. I went to the highest public place. That film's already on YouTube. And that was absolutely fantastic for all sorts of reasons. And the sheer size and the scale and the views and everything about it. But the actual hiking itself was very straightforward, very easy. This is about 2 hours in total from start to finish. And there's about half an hour of tough hiking in it. So this is, once again, I mean, I would actually say this has got the potential to be the epic hike, the number one hike in the country. And I don't say that lightly, because I've been up just about all of them. I actually am doing the country's newest hike at the weekend. And I know it's the newest hike because it hasn't even been finished yet. And I've been invited to go up there this weekend. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'll tell you all about that, obviously, in a film. And that's on the east coast, up in the north of Fujairah. So, for me, still the number one hike is Ain al-Sharia, because that absolutely has everything. It's a good physical hike. There are some quite challenging technical bits to it. I've not done Stairway to Heaven yet, which is the 10-hour or 2-day monster, behemoth. There's a nice word for you. I've not done that yet, but I am going to do it. Oi, 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 don't fall over. Actually, just strains my groin. I've got this in my groin. A little bit painful, that. So, what was I talking about? This one has the potential to be the iconic hike. It's got the Hatta sign. It's got the obvious reason to do it. It's got Wadi Hub. It's got Hatta itself, the town. It's accessible to... Dubai is only an hour away. It's got all the facilities. It's got emergency facilities. It's got beautiful mountains. It's got everything, really. It's really got the potential to be. And there are, I mean, I'm saying this has taken about 2 hours. There are ways of making this a longer hike. If that's really what you want, you could make this into quite a long hike. And I was told by the boys just before I came out, I don't know if we'll get this on, the sun has set now, by the way, so it's going to get dark quite quickly. I have got my torch and stuff. But there is actually a trail that goes right up. I can see the trail there, and it goes right up onto the top of the ridge. So let's see what that's like one day. Right, last time I was here, this wasn't here. This trail wasn't here at all. I ended up having to go down the main road, which is a road quite steep with tyres either side of it. So this is completely new, and I quite like it. I can see a big trail going down the hill as well, down the mountainside. Oh yeah, I like this. Yeah, I ended up going down that road because this didn't exist at all, and does it exist now? I presume they're going to zigzag it in. Yeah, that doesn't exist now. Yeah, I came up here last time because there were some white marks, you see, huh? And I came here and then ended up having to double back again. So I'm going to do the same thing now. I'm going to double back because I'm not worried at all. I've got my torch in my bag, not worried at all about anything. You can see the back side of the Hatta Sign now. Like I say, all the letters still spell the letters back to front. I ended up going back to the road. So you might have to still do this. But when you're around here, go and have a look and see what you think. I'm sure that they'll get that sorted because they're still working on the trails here now. Not at this time of night. So I'm going to go down the main road. Even though there's a big sign that says do not pass the road. I'm not the first one through here. Someone's taken that tyre off for me. So look at this. I imagine whatever they do down here is a lot of fun. A lot of fun indeed. I'm back down now on the valley floor. And the management at Wadi Hub have told me, if you have a look at this, all the signs are in the process of being replaced. So who knows which way they're all pointing? Well, I know where they're pointing. Who knows if they're true? Now, there is a hiking trail sign up there. And when I was here last time, I went on that hiking trail. And that took me into the backside of Wadi Hub on the mountain bike trails. It gets a bit complicated in there. And there's a lot of people doing their extreme sports stuff. And when I looked at the map once I got back afterwards, I realised that when you get to this piece of cheese wall, the corner here, it's like a mitre. A mitre's at the edge. A mitre, there's a nice word for you. That's like a wedge. So that feels like it's the right way, that way. But in actual fact, you've got to go this way. And we're in the valley floor, and you can see the dam somewhere. I can see the dam. Where can I see the dam? Dam. Where is that dam? But I can certainly see Wadi Hub. Right then, walk done, completed, hike done. Hatta Sign complete. Film will be made soon. Looking forward to seeing you all on the next adventure. Not sure where it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere exciting, needless to say. I actually finished the walk about half an hour ago, but I had to put some charge on the camera, and so I treated myself to a passion fruit cheesecake and also a lemon juice. It was really nice. I'm fizzing now, because of the lemon juice. All right, guys, peace out, everybody. See you all soon, the English Explorer.